Hello everyone, this is Red with RedDragonLeo.com and another boring day today in the market is basically nothing happened. We did go down in the morning and got bought right back up. If you look here, we did sell off in the morning from Monday being a little bit overbought, I guess, but they bought it right back up. You can see we're riding the trend line right here. It's not exact, but it's more of a channel, I guess you could call it here on this one. Chart pattern guys got it drawn in here, speculative channel, but it's doing a pretty good job just riding it up. Every time they get overbought, they run it down and then quickly run it right back up. It's kind of essentially what they did here on this day. They ran it down, they don't let it go very far, and then they run it back up hard with the next day. Did the same thing here. Ran it down and ran it back up hard the next day. This makes it impossible for anyone to trade the market with options and be a swing trader. You just can't do it. This is day trading. Literally, you have to buy or sell, short or whatever, and basically go short the market, whether it's through options or whether it's through leveraged 2-time or 3-time ETFs, whichever way you want to do it. You literally have to do it in each day. I mean, and then close it out intraday at some point. You obviously would watch these charts when they get majorly overbought here and look to roll down. That's about when you would start to short them. Or when it's really low like this and oversold, you'd go long if you had the guts. I mean, I wouldn't. I don't have the guts. I certainly wouldn't do it if it was only this low right here on the histogram tower bars, not knowing it would run back up. Now here you'd be a good time to go long if you had the guts, because you had the bottoming tail when it was pretty majorly oversold. So sure, yeah, you could have done it there. But again, going long with options is crazy, because you're just going to get ate up by the lowering of the VIX, which means that the value of your options goes down as the market goes up, even though you're getting closer to your strike point. So it doesn't do you any good, because the VIX was high down here, and if you went and let's say it was at, let's say we were at 1165, let's say it's about 116.50 on the SPY, which is it's not exact. It might have been really more like 117, but for example's sake, let's just say it was around that area of 117, and you bought a 118 call. Well, which would be about 1180 again here. As soon as it started to run up and you start to get closer and you think you're going to make money with it, the VIX starts going down, so it sucks out premium out of your option. So you end up not making any money. So the only way to make money is to do spreads, where you buy one and sell one. But which one do you buy? Which one do you sell? That's the question. So it's very, very difficult to make money in this market, and I know a lot of people that are frustrated with it. It's insane. It's so government manipulated and run. I mean, I just can't wait till these gangsters get slowly arrested and thrown in jail, and maybe some sanity will come back to the market. But I don't know. I don't want to see a major crash down to 2,000 or 3,000 on the Dow, because that would cause massive unemployment. But I'd just like to see the market fairly traded with just minor manipulation, like what it was prior to 2008. In other words, just the PPT, their job was just to save it from a crash, not to manipulate it like they are here. They totally control it, 100%. So anyways, you can see here on the chart, basically we sold off and we're now oversold. Go figure. How can you say we're oversold? But we're oversold on the 60-minute chart. So you look at it there, it's oversold. Look at it down here in the stochastics. It's not quite oversold. It's not down the 20s, but regardless, it's oversold, looking like it's wanting to run back up. Now, could it? Sure. With more PMO money in there, it certainly could. So there's not much we can do about it. They're just going to do what they're going to do. I mean, the way it looks, they're going to try to take it up to that fake print of 11,800. I keep thinking they're going to do that next year, but I don't know. The way they're running it every day, I wouldn't be surprised. I never thought they'd even get this close to 1,200, let alone 1260 to 1280 is the range that would put them at about that 11,800, that fake print. So somewhere between 1260 and 1280. So they're so close now. I think they're going to just keep on pumping this thing. Tomorrow looks to be an up day. 15 is kind of indecisive here because it's just, there's nothing. You could say it could roll over or it could just keep on going up, making a higher tower. It could do either one. It is down below it right here, so that would kind of indicate that it might want to roll up. But at least in the morning part, the usual PMO, whatever. I'm tired, frustrated. The gangster's money machine, the printing machine, the monopoly money. They're gonna probably run it to the usual thing in the morning and run it up as high as they can. I don't know how high. I have no clue. That was the 60 again. You look at these candles and you're thinking, there's just no way. This is such a. These daily candles clearly show reversal patterns, ready to just roll over. You got a major topping tail there on this, and then here just a bottoming tail. But the bottoming tail is only valid if you're at a bottom, like down here. See, so when you're at a top, it's not a bottoming tail. It's just more of an indecision. But that's clearly a topping tail, any way you look at it, whatever Ron Walker calls them. But give it 1,000 names, it means that it's hitting the top and it's ready to roll over. Weekly chart, we did hit that moving average. That 200 moving average is 1194, that green one right there, and we hit it. We hit 1196, so we tagged it. So can we just roll over and die, please? Here's the dollar breaking out of this falling wedge. It broke out. Here was the first breakout. Then here's, hopefully this is like an A move. Man, can't even talk. An A wave up and a B wave down, and maybe we're getting ready to start a C wave. That's what I'd love to see. Just rocket that dollar up. It's moving up here. Looks like it's overbought, but it's really not, because look how low, look how buried the stochastics is. When this stochastic gets up here above all this and goes up into the positive territory and then starts to roll over, then you can call it overbought. But right now it's not. So yeah, the bars look high, but that's not the way you read it. You have to look at this where the stochastic is as well, plus the bars. And it's buried way under zero. I mean, it's just been beat to death. And then same thing here on the, I'm sorry, this is the stochastics, and this is the MACD. The MACD, it's buried again below zero. It needs to get way up where it's -1. It needs to be +1 before it gets overbought. So it's way off from being overbought. And here on the full stochastics, you can see it's been deep down there in 20, and it's finally made up to 50. We need to see it up here above 80. That's where we need to see that dollar run to this market to fall off. So that's it on that one. Let's see what else. Well, in Cobra's chart here, we can see we're up here in overbought territory again on the SPY. Nothing new. They stay up here. The gangsters keep it up here. I don't know when this thing's going to turn. It's with the election coming up. Here's the VIX. This was pretty important. Again, a breakout of that's a pretty healthy gap up. But if they pump a bunch of money in it tomorrow, it's very likely they could bury that VIX right back down. I mean, these gangsters, they are totally in control of this market right now. So 30-minute chart, same thing, pointing up. 60-minute, 30-minute, they both seem to be oversold, at least on the MACD histogram bars, not on the actual MACD. They are turning up, but now if we were able to have a down day, then this would get buried and be deep down like this, below -2. It's at 0 right now, but that don't mean it can't just turn and run back up. So the histogram bars say it should run up. But possibly what I'm hoping will happen is that the POMO monopoly money tomorrow will turn it back up and put in a lower high and put in a lower histogram tower here and roll it over into the close. That's what I like to see. I love to see it roll over hard. I love to see somebody leak out some really bad news and this thing just break this trend line. But you know, will it? Who knows? If it does, then if it could break this trend line and drop down here to 1150 or something and really break hard. Of course, the problem is there's a ton of support there. Ton of support there, 1150 area. All those days there, it really have to tank hard. But you know, who knows? What we really need is great news. We need to hear great news so that the market will panic that they're not going to get their crack cocaine from this new QE2 bill. Because we had great news, they'd fear that that Bernanke would raise the rates and not give them the quantitative easing money that they're looking for. So let's root for outstanding jobs numbers, lower unemployment. Not that we're likely to get it, but let's root for it. And if they do that, then you know, maybe we'll see a huge sell-off. I doubt it. I'm just beginning to doubt it's ever going to happen at this point. It's going to happen when we least expect it, folks. We know how it is. Okay, so that's it for the charts. Let me move you over to something else here. We hadn't heard from Ben Fulford for a while. The site wasn't working, so I found it on another site. The site wasn't updated, the other one. And this one here, one of the things I read about here that I thought was quite interesting, if I can find it, it is, maybe it's not on this one, maybe it's on this one. Well, Ben puts these dates out here, and unfortunately, I think he's a little too anxious. The dates never seem to come to pass because something always comes up, as you can see. You know, basically he is saying that they are arresting the Illuminati members one at a time, which is a good thing, slowly but surely, that they're arresting them. But there was another link here that I already clicked on that one, and that one is okay. Well, I can't find it. I'll just tell you what it said. Basically, this was a link by David Wilcox, who is one of the people on the Project Camelot site. And he has his own site called DivineCosmos.com. Anyway, he talks about what he had heard from his sources, and that the Illuminati gangsters were planning to devalue the United States currency, the dollar, to 15 to 20 cents on the dollar, I guess. And their plan was to increase the price of gold to $36,000 to $56,000 an ounce. And according to David, they don't think that's going to happen. They think that they're going to be able to stop them from that. You know, that's basically creating World War III, probably some type of scenario. And I don't know. It's a pretty scary stuff. I hope that doesn't come to happen, because it would just be horrible for the average person if gold shot up to $36,000 to $56,000 an ounce, as they basically rob the American public again and come out for the Amero dollar and stuff. And so they're fighting against. They say it's about a 50-50 chance, but they don't think it's going to happen. So let's hope that doesn't happen, because that would destroy the American economy horribly. This link here, all I did was Google this, but you can see it up here if you want to type it in, Curazon.com forums, and you can type this in here directly if you want, or just go to Curazon.com forums and search for Benjamin Fulford's October 25th post and read it. And I'll tell you a little bit about it. I know people have emailed me about it, what's happened with his story. So it's good information, though, to try to stay in the loop, because we do know that they control the market. We can see that every day. So anyway, for tomorrow, I think we're going to go up in the morning and maybe sell off some in the afternoon. Don't know how much, though. So good luck, everyone.